Sister Lilia, and welcome to my armory. So, it's time for my final on-stream playthrough series of Mechanicus. This time, I'm going for it. Getting the game to platinum. That means the last two achievements I've got to get, other than the one for getting all the achievements, is the no cans one, so mechanicals set to 0. And what was the other one? And AoE disabled. So that means no weapons have a blast radius. It's single hit. I'm not sure how that affects beam weapons though, or ones that draw a line. It might be just that's a single shot at that target. Now, because both of these significantly increase the difficulty of the game, I'm not going to set it to melee only. Instead, I am going to set disciplines to random. Which will mean I'm also going to enable that. So yes, you can see the settings I've got on here. I've put on the video cover once I add the video cover. The highlights, and let's just enable Iron Man. I am also going to skip the tutorial because we don't need that. I'll set the difficulty to normal. Greetings everyone, let's get started. So I gave the randomizer playthrough a bit of a test run on PC and found it to definitely be challenging at times. So let's grab this one now. Oi, that didn't work. Oh. How does that work? Oh! Hey, it works like this, okay. Because on PC it just brings up the dialog box with the option to do it. So that gave me +1 to range weapons. So that means I really should give you... yeah, let's go macro stubber, let's go that. So one does physical, one does energy. That also gave you that. Why is it the same? Okay then, so the cohort have had the first upgrade. I am probably going to need that servo tool pretty early on, so I think we'll go for there. Yeah, launch mission. But yeah, I had thought the Skulls program was going to be on in the afternoon today, because I had attempted to translate the time that GW listed to Australian time, and it gave me 2 in the afternoon. No, turns out it's 2 in the morning. So I can get this stream done, and I'll share my thoughts tomorrow on what they announced with Mechanicus 2. I called you here, Lector Dogmatus Vidix, because your knowledge of spiritual matters and the cult Mechanicus will be crucial in dealing with any moral threats on Silver Tenebris. I have 543,021 works of scripture stored for rapid context topographical retrieval. There is no obstacle beyond my capacity to counsel you on. Unnecessary use of cogitator power. Waste of resources, Vidix. Insufficient use. Go to Augmental Bay for improvement. Augmetic Bay for improvements.
The Xenos is revealed to us as a great hungry maw that seeks to consume our very purity. Blasphemy reeks from every corner of the tomb of Arglare.
Most poetic, Lectodogmus. Your thoughts on how to proceed?
I shall take my cues from the writings of Archmagos Veneratus Heretica. No. Heratia. Blah blah. Come on, how do I say that? Hierarchius. Let the stench of corruption be swept aside by the sweet winds of faith. One of my censure servitors will cleanse the spiritual corruption with blessed incense.
Then deploy one immediately.
My thoughts exactly, Magos. With your assistance, the Omnissiah's work shall be done.
I hope that even remotely translated to, I hope that even remotely translated from what I was saying, how I was saying it to the mic. The sensor servitor is deployed at the tomb entrance, Magos. I am ready to send it on its way.
Hold, Subdomino. The sensor servitor is a delicate piece of machinery. It is ill-suited to hostile territory. Avilorians 591. Fragile indeed are the tools of the righteous. It must be escorted on its sacred duty.
Don't be ridiculous. Every step we take in the tombs risks the lives of our personnel.
If the spiritual integrity of the mission is at stake, Subdomina Capra, it is worth the risk. I assure you it most definitely is. I've already sent a team ahead. I foresaw your emotional connection to your troops, Capra. If you are ever to be a Dominus, I must show you how to command. My gratitude, Magos. The Xenos corruption will destroy us as surely as the guns of the enemy.
Very well. It will be done. Okay, what's my map? Let's do that.
I retrieve the tech principle that I retrieve the tech principle that a tech priest is above manual labor. Nevertheless, in this case, lowering ourselves to the status of menials proves to have worked.
Not for one of our other servitors, it didn't. Oop. That is a sound that brings dread.
It is no good, Magos. No good at all. The Xenos corruption takes physical form in this murky fog. Can anything be done?
Fire.
Sayings of Archmagos Cortico, verse 58. Prayer has power, but I cannot deny fire does too.
We burn away the fog.
This is non-standard behavior and speaks ill of the menials, whose task was to maintain this machine. Maxims of Alamanth 5:12. Beware the deviance of thine own tools, for the enemy finds his entrance thereby.
Quite unexpected and previously unused. Quite unexpectedly, a previously unused Voxcaster pops out of the servitor's face panel. In a synthesized voice, it attempts to engage the cohort in psychological discussion. It can do that? We're taking it out. Hey, what we get? Ooh, tech priest buffing device. That's neat. Okay.
Magos, shut this thing down before the enemy are attracted to the din, but take care not to damage the machine.
The servitor begins emitting a loud, blaring noise, perhaps a form of tampering or damage alarm that has been accidentally tripped. The noise is accompanied by flashing lights and random bursts of extremely pungent incense. Hey, we fix it. And get cognition for the trouble. Nice. I am just going to do here. I realise this, means more Necrons, but there's going to be more Necrons anyway. I just wanted to select one of those. Honestly, I have not memorised the Necron language, so I do not remember whether something is a good or bad choice, and let the game and end up doing it until and I'll just keep selecting them until the game goes, okay, this is going to be a red option from now on. Xenos form detected. Confirmed. Radius cogitators now function for synthetic forms. Overwhelming excitement. Finally, we can study this. Standard construct. Necron warrior. Weak spots detected. Plus none. Equals concerning. I wonder what the symbol emblazoned on the torso means. It must... Do not underestimate. Gauss weaponry, highly volatile.
This is true. Our brothers and sisters of the Mechanicus have lost their lives trying to solve the mysteries of these Xenos weapons. Approach with caution.
It is also double-checking cogitators, widely known that they will self-repair, reanimate, or reconstruct themselves if left the time to do so. Wounds that would instantly kill a Skitari are equivalent to a C-class graze to Necrons. Okay, make sure we take these things down. Hard. Okay, so... we are on the fun starting map. I am going to put a servitor in. It will make its points back. And it'll stop my tech priests getting wiped off the board. Now, I want you to grab that. You can just run up there. Now, where is that Necron? I can hit you. Let's just move you to here. You still get range. How useless would that perk have been if I'd have set this to melee only? But this is still going to drain cognition. Yeah, thought that added acid damage. So Mechanicus, after its massive success, for I think a Skulls event a few years back, GW, well, not GW, who are the folks behind this game? Because Calypso just did the port. Either Bulwark or Cassido Games added in the Gauss macro stubber. Like, is it actually called that? Xenorite macro stubber. Into the base game for players to use. By default, the Gauss Gamma pistol was already in the game, if I remember correctly, or they might have added that later. Given that Xenorite tech priests use it, I think it was a long-term addition. But it is the best pistol in the game because we, you know, haven't got plasma pistols. I hope they change that with the sequel. I can get him down here, and there's going to be a Necron out there, isn't there? Yep, there is. Oh boy. I might just put that there. Yay, free cognition. I am going to take the pot shot at you. And then run this way. So he can't really damage the one with the energy shielding, so I'll just have him take on the other one. Let's just run you down here. Okay then, you can grab that. Let's just open up on that thing. Oh, I'd hoped it might have destroyed it. Oh well, we'll see how that goes. There we go. I might just put him back on there. As much as that puts him at risk of the Necron over here, it also means I can have him do things. Yeah, he's gone. No matter. It was a servitor, they are expendable. Ouch. Oh well, at least it means the other one gets in closer. He takes damage. Now are you able to just take the shot at him? Yes you can. I might just move you up here. Take the blow. Let's just run him to there and grab as much cognition as I can, because that other tech priest will probably need it soon. Jeez, my hardware is screaming. I'm just going to wipe that out because I can save that cognition for a turn. Now, what are you weak to? Energy. Okay. So that did damage. Good. Now he does counter damage. But yeah, by default, the gear that you get as rewards for missions and that you can occasionally find on missions is randomized. So the only real thing that you could randomize in terms of perks is, well, the perks. Because already the gear's randomized, so might as well just randomize the perks. Hey, he's down.
The census servitor has been delivered to the depths of the tomb, Lector Dogmatus. Its sacred incense now permeates all areas of the structure. A positive outcome, Hagos. It is right and proper that you see as I do the dangers posed by the corruptive influence of the Xenos. It remains to be seen if the tomb is rendered less dangerous for our troops. At the very least, the place is less melodious. I trust you will continue to consider the alien with the hatred and disdain they deserve, Magos. As we do explore this world, remember the words of binary heteroarch Gethseron Seminor. The weak in mind will seek to understand the Xenos. The strong in mind will destroy them and bless their ignorance.
Jeez, that sounds messed up. Okay, so physical attack. I thought I disabled that. So it gives it to me even though I've disabled it. That is funny. Okay, what did that unlock? Oh, you've got that. Interesting. I might give you a melee weapon. What? I mean, I guess it's armor. Still. At least I'm not doing the say what again. But then I can't do a good mount. Come on, what's his name? Samuel L. Jackson voice.
Tech Inquisitor Skalova, I asked you on this mission because your experience with surveying alien artifacts and organisms. And so the heretics of Styges 7 can plunder... Wait, 7? No, that'd be 8. Styges 8 can plunder this world for its secrets.
Your assertion equals false. If objection, concern, offence, go to a different mission.
And leave you free to do as you will. A dereliction of logic, Skalova. Macharians 16:4. Watch your brother, for his sin of heresy is your sin of tolerance.
So a tenebrous evaluation commences. Wonders, opportunities, secrets, rare chance to discover intelligence on Xenos. Must not fail to exploit.
The logic of your enthusiasm eludes me, Tech Inquisitor. My emotional cores return only peril to our mission personnel and the threat of awakening the Xenos.
Therefore I am on this mission. My role, gather intelligence, seek truth, return to human comprehension. Dictates of Mars retrieval. Gather knowledge for the good of all. And how are you to go about that, Skilova? Field operations in person, suboptimal. Sending tech priests instead, optimal. First objective. Gather field specimens for study. Location, Tomb of Ecropus. Commence immediately. Given the reports from the Tomb of Ecropus, there should be plenty of samples in there for you to collect, Magos. Of course. But first you have to kill them. My talents, dissection after the fact. I leave the location identification and execution to your tech priests, Magos.
I trust this will be worth the effort, Skilova. These are no mere labor servitors we are risking in these tombs. These are men and women, fellow devotees of the cult Mechanicus.
Agreed, Meg. Valid point raised. Ensure human corpses are returned as well. Opportunity to study effective Necron technology on human flesh. Someone really only gives a damn about research. Opportunity detected. Necron combat tactics. Weaponry. Capabilities illuminated. Study required. This chamber shows signs of having been the scene of a brutal gunfight. 2 Skitari lie dead with marks from gas blasts all over the walls. We are going to examine it. Necrons, mere automatons equals false. Analysis. Combat capability equals trained human troops. A shame live fire combat exercises impossible. Must remain a dream. Poor guy. Poor Skitari getting picked off. Yay, Blackstone. Now I know one of these has a reward. I just don't remember what it is. Which one it is. Or more, it changes. Self-preservation versus curiosity. Conflict unresolved. Desirous of knowing what purpose the chamber serves. Let's study it. We'll get injured, of course, but... Yep, we got irradiated by plasma. Yay! My random guessing worked out well. Okay then. Commence enthusiasm. Acquire at all costs. Let's just put a tracking device on it. Data retrieved. Cogitating. Error 404. Data does not confirm to known reality. Known reality correction required. Fascinating. Yeah, that's going to happen when it phases out. The Necrons use a different tech to the Eldar. Or actually use a similar tech to the Eldar, but totally different to humans. But they don't shift things into the warp. They just kind of shift them to somewhere else, and their teleporter tech is a lot more stable. Tomb possesses autonomous repair, defense, maintenance capabilities. Further study equals yes. Have some collected for me, Falcius. Acquire plus. The more we can grab, the better. Commence Conclusion commences. Scarabs not individual construct, but resource of the tomb itself. Whole tomb is form of Necron construct. Commence formulation. Wondrous kaleidoscope of hypothesis. Blackstone. Maybe it was this one that we do. Or maybe I was thinking of the Videx mission that gives you reward outside of that. Oh boy. Trouble. Run you up to here. You have that, so I can at least get you over to here and have you grab that. Yee, damage. Let's just do that. Let's actually just move to there. But yeah, I don't know what they'll announce with regard to Mechanicus 2 tomorrow, beyond probably the release date. It would be cool if we get a breakdown of, you know, an upgrade of the upgrade system. Because, you know, the upgrade system in this game was great, but I think it could do with more. Like, it was good, but it could be better. Oh boy. Good thing this one's armed for physical damage. Let's just grab cognition and hit him. Yee. I can grab that cognition and then just charge into combat range with the enemy here. Yeah, I figured it wouldn't take him down, but at least it'll hurt him. Charge. Might just go to here and open up on the foe over there. 4. Okay. I can work with that. Take the shot. Light him up. And we didn't even have to fight the scarabs. I was expecting we'd have to fight the scarabs. Oh well. Now, give me the mission options. Circumstance evaluation, disappointing. Necrons employ teleportation technology to achieve post-destruction decooperation. Interrogative. Where did the remains go? Fascination intensifies. Thoroughly search the chamber. Yeah. Oh, what is that doing here? Why is there a xenorite mechadendrite here? Mission complete. Valuable data present equals past. Totality of human knowledge increased. Mission conclusion positive.
I cannot say I support your conclusion, Skillova.
Beneficial conclusion. Itemization follows. Necron decorporation witnessed. Enemy constructs destroyed. Necron combat performance evaluated. Chance of functioning available Necron for dissection increased.
My emotional cores are returning sensations of frustration and resentment, and I choose to acknowledge them. The lives of my tech priests are not here to be risked for the fulfillment of your desires, Tech Inquisitor.
They are there to be risked for the acquisition of intelligence, learning, sacred knowledge. Your understanding equals approvable. Gotta love the mild sociopath. That is Skillovia. That was not much Blackstone. Woo! That's completely useless. So just because I've got the no cant set, like I can't use the cants because I've disabled the ability to use them. But the game's just like, here, have some cants, and it's like, no, thank you. Why? Are you going to keep going down that path line? No. Apparently you want this tech priest to be a Xenorite. Hey, I can upgrade you. Yes, some armor! Please tell me that's armor. No, it only adds health. It doesn't actually, you know, improve anything. Oh well. Better than nothing. I'll chuck that on. I'm not sure it's worth adding that yet, although maybe it is. No, it requires 2 augments. Might be worth adding that. Now, what missions have we got? You want me to fight a destroyer. You want me to fight a flayed one and them. Energy charger could be quite useful. Reports retrieved from Subdomina Capra announce synopsis follows. Heavy resistance, minimal gains, mounting casualties. Confirm, yes, no. Correct. There have been setbacks. Our troops have encountered a new Necron war form. Reaction. Delight. Pray, Tech Inquisitor, explain. Enemy warform, provisional designation, destroyer. Anti-gravity technology confirmed. Explorator request. File accessed. Anti-gravitational technology is an area Styges 7 Magos have... No, not Styges 7. Styges 8 Magos have requested as high priority. Study of provisional designation, destroyer. Desirable, necessary, sacred duty. And you would be famed throughout Styges 8 for exploiting this technology. Statement agreement. Request formulation follows. Commence deployment immediately. I find it sad there isn't actually a Mechanicus tabletop game. A concentration of Necron destroyers has been playing merry hell with our Skitara units in the Tomb of Ecripus. They are highly mobile, heavily armed weapons platforms. Taking them on is dangerous in the extreme. Reason to observe them. Our troops possess such technology. Our troops possessing such technology extrapolated to the conclusion. Greatly increased battlefield effectiveness. I was raised to see that as dangerous thinking, Magos.
But such piety aside now, Subdomina. Is the cohort ready to advance?
They are. I have plotted the likely location of the destroyer units. They are somewhere within its complex. The fortune of Mars be with you. Mission relevant opportunity. Combat data on. Provisional designation. Destroyers. Acquire. Ignore. This chamber is the site of a skirmish between a unit of Skitari and the Necron destroyers. A few corpses, badly mauled by Gauss fire, lie around a hurriedly erected flake weave barricade. Search for supplies. Now, why did they have that? Geez, there are a lot of Xenorites on this mission. We are finding two separate deployments. We have found Xenorite tech. I'm gonna just assume it's warfare. Given why we're here, it would make sense. Geez, that didn't take long. Oof. Transmission origin, Necron. Xenos language study opportunity. Request study.
Hark not to the aliens' words, lest ye unknowingly repeat them. True, when Archmagos Venetaris Halion wrote it, Magos true today.
I'm just going to dismiss it because I don't trust it to, be genuine communication and not just an automated protocol that is just spitting junk data. Direct request, bring it to me. Direct request ends. Tag. Attempting to move the thing would be way beyond these tech priests' scope. I mean, don't get me wrong, tech priests are hoarding kleptos, but that doesn't mean we have to be stupid about it. Now, let's go. Intriguing. Most intriguing. Not all war forms are humanoid. Logged data. Centurion form. Gravity defying.
The Xenos show they are more alien than we originally thought. Text of the oiled cog. Volume 12 states, one converge from the standard form, but one must always retain their humanity or be lost to the men of iron and their ways.
Reference no one in the cohort will actually know the meaning of. I do not mean to diverge from the discussion, but what are these men of iron?
Looks over at UR25 on the shelf.
Unclear. This text was logged millennia ago. There is no other reference to them in any of my cogitators.
Keep focused, brothers. We have a new enemy afoot. We must ensure they do not surprise us with new trickeries. Be alert and focused.
That is good advice. I am just going to move them to there. Yeah, I figured they'd bring him back up. Anything else? Yeah, of course he moves down. But what I would love in the next game is an Overwatch feature. Like a feature where you get to just set a cone of anything that enters this cone will be shot at. I mean, the enemy get it with the snipers, but it would make sense for a lot of our units to have. Heck, there are a handful of melee units that it would make sense for them to have the counter-attack ability. But that's just kind of wish listing on my part. We'll see what actually comes about. Let's grab those stats early. 17, we can handle that thing. Haha, we have damage. Oh, we have damage. I just realised what he wasted that perk on. Well, I say wasted. It's like I'd not paid attention to where the perk went. And yeah, it went to the thing that gives us more damage. Or gives us the ability to do damage as we inspect. Now, whichever one of these we put down, we are going to lose one of them if it comes around. Okay, I am going to just move you to there. I am going to move you to there. Okay, you can open up from there then. Take the shot. I'm gonna just move him closer so that I can grab cognition from this thing too, and have him be able to grab cognition at the start of next turn. Having someone be able to do that is a good thing. So we've got that. But yeah, I was just looking earlier at the reverse side at the mountain of playmats I scored from the Warhammer Imperium magazine's first issue, because issue 1 came with a Blade Guard Lieutenant and what's it called, and the Royal Warden. So I, being slightly crazy and entrepreneurial, is entrepreneurial the right term? Budget saving, bought an absolute mountain of issue 1 to build up a Blade Guard squad out of it. Well, actually to build more than one, because I mean there were still issues floating around at the local newsagents, so I grabbed a mountain of them. Opportunity, knowledge, gather, must retain, required. Scarab detected, source data surfacing. Redis, wait, no life forms detected. Area safe, continue forward. Radius, verify your cogitators. Then tell me what surfaced from rejects cogitators. From Megos rejects cogitators. Scarabs, of an unknown Xenos race. Dialogue. No, biology, synthetic, possible artificial intelligence. Once specimens gathered, AI theory proved false. Personal recording. Weeks of study show there are many variants of Scarab, each with their own roles within the Xenos economy and architecture. able to build and deconstruct anything they encounter. They are able to repair other units within their species with lightning speed. Be wary. They are deadly in large swarms. It appears the machine spirit is with us. We've been able to access some more of Rejek's data. What we thought was corrupt. It must be due to the recording these Xenos forms that the machine spirit has blessed us with access to the Cogitator records. It's unsure why he would lock these under synthetic proximity encryption. Indeed, it is a bit strange. That other servitor is doomed. You know what? Let's plant a servitor right at point blank. It's dead. Charge. He is not doing well. Take those out. I said take them out, and I meant it. There we go, that's got rid of that. I figure given the... Sorry about that, I accidentally caught the headphone wire as I was adjusting physical position. I figured I'd do do 3 missions in this first episode, because this early in the game the missions are short. That gets rid of him. Hey, decorporated. Forget your original objective. Leave none alive. But yeah, I am reminded of a story a mate of mine shared from an Apocalypse game they played. There was some kind of a map with a underground tunnel section, and they flooded the map with so many scarabs that there were scarabs on all 4 surfaces and on top of each other. So just this tide of scarabs coming in. I think quite says, you are in trouble, like an absolute torrent of scarabs descending upon you. Let's get his stats. There we go. Where was that? I am going to grab that. And that. Now I've had him burn cognition to get in, so... Hey, you can go down now. Oh, it was the scarabs that spawned in. See if that works. No, it doesn't take him down. You're gonna walk in and unperson him. Now, yee. Now, I can just charge you up to there. But yeah, given that I've got a huge bunch of the map things, I mean, I'm pretty sure I still have some Necron warriors, and I've got all the Royal Wardens, because the Royal Wardens I want to turn into an Immortal squad that look a bit more ceremonial. I realise that they might have different iconography on them, but I'll modify the weapon a bit and it will just work as the double barrel weapon that the destroyers have. Let's just run you into close combat. Hey, it worked! Let's take pot shots. Yeah, because he's going to try and move out of melee, and in so doing, he's going to get wiped. See? Wiped. Okay, let's just charge to there. Huh, nice work. But you have one more pistol, so take him out. Take them out. And we are done. Okay, the cohort withdraws from the tomb, having experienced the prowess of the Necron destroyers firsthand. If nothing else, the Mechanicus have learned of the stark danger of the Necron warforms pose. Anti-gravity comprehension index plus 3.9%. Projected to beneficiary Stygis Adeptus Mechanicus. I am focused on matters much closer to space and time. Much closer in space and time, Scalovia. Retrieving Tech Acquisitor's statement of purpose. To perceive the grandeur picture. To strive to acquire and understand for the benefit of all mankind. Be that as it may, I am not interested in how your studies will help. I am more interested in how your studies will help our mission on Silver Tenebris. Platitude mode. Trust in scientific method, Magos. Platitude mode. But I love with this game how the Necrons are the ones that actually seem human, whereas the Mechanicus are just these barely knowable, predominantly quite inhuman beings. Then you got the Necrons that are just people that were transposed into metal bodies and had their souls eaten. That's useless. I mean, there's more to it than that, of course. Hey! Aww. Okay, what can I give you that's more useful? If I'm going to go to the trouble of firing it, I might as well, well, given that, you know, I've got a tech priest who gets bonuses, let's just have that. But yeah, anyway, I think I'm going to end this stream here. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and for the Omnissiah. Anyway, catch you around. I'll be back with more Warhammer and video game content in future. Bye.